So, you thought you would just enter completely uninvited now, did you? Where in this earthly world are your manners? Do you normally go into someone's house without knocking or even announcing your arrival? How about we try that again? Go on, back to the door. I want you to practice knocking this time. Then maybe, just maybe, I'll be forgiving enough to introduce myself properly. Now, does that sound good to you? Excellent. I expect this to be much better. Someone at my front door? I wonder who that could be. What business do you have here, stranger? A visitor? Well, I haven't had one of those in ages. Why don't you come along in? The door is already unlocked. Welcome. Apologies if it's a bit too dark for you. Let me get the lights. There. Is that better? Come down the hallway. I'll be waiting for you in the room ahead. Grand, isn't it? It's a shame these halls haven't been kept to their top standard in a while. It pains me to see it. 200 years of fine craftsmanship, slowly crumbling. I do my best to keep it up, but alas, I'm the last one left here. Everyone else has long since moved on. It's good to have company every once in a while, though. Enter my chamber. I'm expecting you this time. My, aren't you interesting? Did you come here all by yourself? You do seem a bit young to be doing this dangerous line of work. Brave thing you are. I can at least commend you for that. I'd like to welcome you to my manor, dear. Now, you finally get a good look at me, I can only imagine what your organization told you about me. They certainly like to spread all sorts of mischaracterizations. But I'll reserve my judgments of you. This isn't the first time I've been subject to one of you exorcists. So far, they were all too far gone to be reasoned with. Their blind conviction of my guilt was too much. But you, perhaps despite our first encounter, are a bit different from the rest. Isn't that right? I can tell you're a bit confused. Please, why don't you have a seat? There'll be no need for hostilities unless you decide so. Good, good. Make yourself nice and comfortable. I figured I would be getting a visit from one of your kind again soon. It always happens right around this time of year. You certainly are a persistent bunch. You've wanted me gone from this place for quite a number of years now. I know those in the village are still quite uneasy about my presence here. They have been for hundreds of years. I believe the stories they pass down from one another about my kin have given them all the reason they need to see me gone. If it's of any comfort, I never participated in those raids. I was quite young at the time. All of my family that did are long since gone. Most either fled or were finally defeated after getting too confident in their abilities. But I remain here with no intention of leaving. I feel that I must. I don't have any intention of bothering those in the town below. I only want to stay here. They didn't tell you any of that when you left for this assignment, did they? That's what I thought. Tell me, dear, I don't mean to be too intrusive, but what's in the bag? You haven't brought me something, have you? Let's see. Oh, quite the intricate crucifix, isn't it? How very dangerous indeed. I suppose I can't blame you for bringing this with you after all. You were merely doing an assigned job. You didn't know. But I promise you won't be needing any of this. You're much more safe here than even in that human village. Well, you are here now after all. Why not enjoy your stay for a bit? Oh, my dear, I don't think anyone will be concerned with your absence for too long, right? Just stay and chat with me for a while. It has been so long since I've talked with a human. Perhaps we could gain more of an understanding with one another. Excellent, my dear. That's just what I would have hoped to hear. How about some tea? I've just brewed a fresh pot. Lovely. Let me get that for you. I still sense a bit of hesitation in you, my dear. What's the matter? Your sensibilities are conflicting, right? I know you've heard a lot of miserable tales about our kind, but when you encounter me, you're not quite sure about it anymore. I understand. They always say a human and a vampire shouldn't talk to one another. But where's the fun in that? Personally, I've been quite lonely without at least some company around here. Who better than you? I can tell you like this more than you let on, you know. That much is for sure. Centuries of studying you humans has allowed me to read you like a book. How sweet. But enough about me for now. What about you? Haven't you been quite lonely living the life of a devoted exorcist? I don't imagine you get attached very easily when you work in such a perilous field. It's nice to take a step back for just a while and talk about it, isn't it? It's funny. You're almost too pretty to be risking yourself like this. It would be quite a shame if you were taken out by a vengeful spirit. But I see that you're committed to your work. You humans are such a fascinating bunch. Now, I'm just thinking out loud here. But would you by any chance know of someone interested in being a house human for me? I know it may be a bit of an odd request, but I have been looking for someone to at least keep me company. Someone who could use a nice place to stay and get all the attention they deserve, perhaps. I must let you know something, my dear. No one who steps foot through my front doors ever comes back out of their own free will. You know why? Because they know that I take much better care of them than anything the outside world could have to offer. I suspect you'll be much the same. How about you come closer to me, dear? I want you right in my chair with me. That's right. Come and sit on my lap. See? You did all of that on your own free will. Barely any hesitation this time. I think you already know what's best for you, my dear. God will take such good care of you. It really is silly of those humans to think they could just get rid of me so easily. Year after year they try, but it never quite works out how they would have expected. I know now that you're a bit different from that, but really, you aren't entirely certain of yourself to start out with. You burst in here filled with a sense of false confidence, but that's all right. You make your own decisions after all. Speaking of which, just how does someone like you end up becoming an exorcist? I never would have expected it myself. You seem far too hesitant. Even if you still wanted me dead and you've been playing along with me this whole time, you've had ample opportunity to kill me. I suspect you to be even more genuine than I first thought. How adorable is that? Just what would you find so appealing about me that you'd question your own mission? That's okay, dear. You don't need to answer. All you need to do right now is relax. I know you've had quite the journey getting up here in the first place, right? You must be simply exhausted. Well, I believe I know just how to take care of that. Follow me, my dear. Of course you're staying the night. I could never just throw you out now. Oh no. That would be far too rude. Plus, it's not me that you have to worry about on this mountain. I just want to keep you safe, my dear. Like I said before, you're far too cute to be torn to shreds out here by a hormonal werewolf. So follow me to the bedroom. You deserve to relax, dear. When was the last occasion you got a real time to rest anyway? I can't imagine it's too often. Poor thing. That's not what you deserve. Follow me down this hallway. You'll be getting the best bedroom in all this manor. Whoever thought we could get along so well? It isn't every day that a vampire and a human get to spend this much time around one another without hostilities. You are quite pleasant, dear. Looks like we've arrived. I hope you find everything to your liking, darling. Please, make yourself right at home. I'd love to join you right in bed. Lovely. Now come in nice and close. Your touch feels so nice. It has been so long since I've had company at all, let alone a human visitor. Let me feel along that lovely figure. So warm to the touch. How I miss this feeling. Enjoy it, dear. Just relax those muscles. You do seem to be carrying quite a bit of stress. That's better, even if just a little bit. It does bring me great joy to see you look content like this. You make such a wonderful human pet. You'll stay here with me, won't you? Deep down you know you want to be owned. How sweet. It's adorable when you blush. Hopefully I'll get to see that face quite often. For now, all you have to do is relax. I'll take care of the rest. Now, no more talking. Just feel my hands along you. down in Chainsaw Charlie's morgue.